Have you ever been sad that your waifu isn't real? Well, guess what? She's probably more real than you are, and I'm going to use philosophy to prove it. A waifu is an image, and this French dude over here named Jean Baudrillard had a lot to say about images. He called them simulacra, and there are 4 kinds. The first is an image that represents something real. The second is an image that hides something real. The third is an image that hides the absence of something real. And the fourth he calls simulation, which is an image that has no connection with reality whatsoever. What kind of an image is a waifu, you might ask? It's a simulation, of course. But doesn't that make it unreal? Before you cry that 02 will never call you Daddy, guess again. Simulation produces hyperreality, which is basically when something is more real than reality itself, or at least it feels that way. But as we all know,
facts don't care about your feelings.
But Baudrillard's got us covered. He says that science fiction narrows the gap between reality and imagination by imagining new things based on what we already have. But simulation closes that gap entirely, bringing everything in science fiction into being, or at least making it inevitable. So if your waifu isn't already real, she definitely is going to be, since we already are in the simulation. After all, Elon Musk has our back there too. But wait, isn't a simulation a kind of image? Well, yes, but no, but also yes. Simulation is when a society organizes itself around the production and exchange of signs and images that have nothing to do with anything but themselves or each other. These signs become the way that people see themselves and others, and advanced technology drives this trend. A beautiful example of this is the current state of VR chat, where a bunch of Pedorus are terrorizing everybody else. The point is that Pedoru is a sign used to relate to others to identify as fellow weebs, even though the character Pedoru doesn't have any meaning by herself. But what about my waifu, you say? You still haven't proven that she's real. Well, you could pretend that your body pillow is just your waifu frozen in carbonite waiting to be released, but that just makes it creepy. So let's tie it all together and get to the point. Societies of simulation produce hyperreality, which are experiences more intense than what reality itself can provide. Since people prefer hyperreality, they want to escape from what Baudrillard called
the desert of the real.
Because reality is boring, and it sucks. Another reason why the VR Pedorus are relevant. As technology advances and hyper-reality spreads all around us and floods our minds with all kinds of stunning images and experiences, we lose contact with reality altogether and forget what it was ever like. At this point, the objects we created now rule over us. Oh, how the turntables. Combine this with the whole thing about science fiction coming to life and Elon Musk with the cat girls and whatever this gorgeous abomination is, and voila! Your waifu is hyper-real, and you're just real. Not that you remember what that means anymore or what it was ever like. But we can now conclude that if hyper-reality is more real than reality itself, and if your waifu is hyper-real, and if you are only real, we have therefore proven that your waifu is more real than you are. She still doesn't love you, though.